And good afternoon, and welcome to the ETBU Extra today, live from the campus of East Texas Baptist University here in the Huffman Activities area in the Student Union here. And I am not Mike Midkiff. I'm Adam P. Ledyard, the Director of Sports Information. Mike Midkiff is helping the KSLA ETBU Food Drive today and could not be here, so I am going solo today for the first time, and we'll see what happens here. So welcome to the ETBU Extra Day. We're going to start off with our head men's basketball coach, Bert West, and we didn't have a show last week because we were on Thanksgiving break, so we hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving break. But today, Coach, you know, you're coming into this week. You're 3-1 overall. But before we talk basketball, how was the Thanksgiving break with the team traveling on Thanksgiving?
You know, I think it was a positive thing. Certainly we all are accustomed to being with our families, but we have become family members with our teams, and it was good. We stopped and had a nice meal together, and it was pleasant. I think it gave us a chance to bond a little bit better.
Did you guys have any movie moments on the bus going down there, you know, picking out certain movies?
You know, I don't think we even watched a movie on the way down. Everybody was tired. The kids were sleeping and resting, and so we didn't even watch anything. We watched Star Wars on the way back. I think we almost had a mutiny, but they were respectful about it. And
That's good to hear that you're not coming from the dark side.
That's right. We were trying to get the Force to be with us.
All right, Coach, we're glad you had a good Thanksgiving with the team. And you went down to Texas Lutheran University to play in their Thanksgiving Classic there. You guys went 1-1. You started off the Classic with an 84-73 win over Schreiner University. You guys went on a 22 run the last 7 minutes of the game to come away with the win. Talk about those last 7 or 8 minutes and how the Tigers came back.
Well, you know, we're getting a lot of respect from our opponents right now. We're getting everybody's best shot. And that's about all a national ranking is good for, is to get everybody fired up and motivated to play you. So Schreiner played extremely well. They've got a good ball team, and I don't know if maybe they just didn't believe quite enough. And our guys we were grinding. We were trying to keep up. We were straining, and actually came from 13 down. And so it was good for our team. It was a real battle, and the last 6:48, they may have scored one bucket, and that was off a turnover we committed. They never scored on our defense the last 7 minutes of the game, and the kids just cranked it up, did a great job defensively, and we were moving the ball and just playing a little better as the game went on.
Now you had your core group that was here last year stepped up there in the game. Jameel Samuel had a career high 26 points. The team shot 48% overall. You guys made 13 three-pointers. I know Dylan Augustine made 4 or 5 of those. Junior Mitchell was in double figures. Talk about your team stepping up on that day in those moments that you really needed it.
Well, our returning players, our veteran players, they absolutely know what to do and what needs to be done. And we're just trying to get better at it, and we've made some adjustments. We're running a different style offense, and so it was new to everyone, but oddly enough, the veteran players, ones played the most, they have picked up on it the quickest. And so it's a little bit difficult for the new players. It's really a lot to expect them to be at the same level as returners, 2 weeks into the season, and so they're not. But they're working hard, and I can see progress, and certain players are starting to really catch on, and we had a breakout game, in the loss. So, but our veteran guys are doing a great job. They can communicate with each other. They work hard. They're unselfish. They're just doing a terrific job. We're just trying to drag the rest of the team and get them to that same point, and then the Tigers be pretty good again.
On Saturday, you did have that heartbreaking loss against Texas Lutheran by 1 point, and you led for most of the game. But Brett Adkins led the team with a career-high 25 points. Briefly tell us about that last game in Seguin.
It may have been our best game of the season, and that being said, we made some key mistakes I didn't expect us to make, but we jumped out on Texas Lutheran and had a lead, a good lead, but no lead is safe. But we had a good lead at halftime, and the second half, the brakes went against our team, and they were playing extremely well. And probably one of the key factors was we only had 2 turnovers the first half, and that's we've been focusing on trying to improve that, and we had 8 turnovers the second half. And the other thing was they were scrapping and fighting so hard on the boards, and they're big, strong kids, and we got beat on the boards the second half, and we're not accustomed to losing the battle of the boards, and that was the difference in the ball game. Offensively, we didn't really break down much, and I wouldn't say we broke down defensively, but we didn't finish off the defensive possession, with the rebound, and just a little bit too much watching and not enough people. We're supposed to be rebounding with 3.5 players, and we rebounded way too often with a player and a half. And so we've got those other people got to realize and instinctively get to that rebound.
Well, now, Coach, you're coming back home for a 4-game homestand after being on the road for 4 straight games. How does that make you and your team feel to come back where you have a pretty nice home record coming into this year and a crowd that supports you guys?
Well, we're certainly excited about it. We're looking forward. I hope the Blue Crew and all the Tiger supporters are looking as forward to seeing us as we are to seeing them. And, this is going to be – every game has been tough. I don't know if we're not as good as we're supposed to be or if everyone else is better than they're supposed to be or they're just bringing their A game. But I believe we have a chance to win every game. But that opportunity is to lose every game, too. That's how close things are. And, boy, this is a tough stretch. We've got 4 good teams in a row coming in. And I am happy to be home, though. Maybe that will help a little bit.
Yeah, it's always nice to be home. And Thursday night, you open up with a special occasion. It's Hoops for Hope night. Raising funds for the ETBU cancer funding. Talk a little bit about Hoops for Hope and what you guys are doing with the softball team on Thursday night.
Well, we're helping them to sell T-shirts. It's again, we want to give credit where credit's due. Coach Shirley got this started with softball, and 2 or 3 years ago we wanted to help, and she allowed us to help and helped us in helping. And so they sell shirts and support us and give us some pink gear and the mission is near and dear to all of our hearts. All of us have been touched by that terrible disease, and when it comes softball season and they have their strikeout cancer game, our team will be there selling T-shirts and supporting them and doing whatever we can to help. So it's a good thing. And women's basketball has gotten involved, and looks like there's going to be an opportunity to get the Tiger cheer team is going to be doing something. I think they're getting involved, and so we're really excited about as this thing grows, and we're just a part of it. But we've all been touched by it, and it's important.
Now, you have McMurray coming in from Abilene and Hardin-Simmons coming in. McMurray doesn't count as a conference game yet. They're only the second-year transition. And then Hardin-Simmons will kick off the conference play on Saturday. But Thursday, McMurray comes in with a 1-3 overall record right now with a win over Schreiner University. What do you expect to see from them with a brand-new coach and getting back into Division III?
Well, Coach Prather has actually been able to look at a little video on them, and they're running a very similar offense to we are. So we won't be surprising them, and they won't be surprising us. They have been really close. I think Centenary, if I'm not mistaken, Centenary beat them in double overtime. And, we had a good ball game with Centenary. They came back on us a little bit, and then they beat Schreiner, who we had to come from behind to beat. So it won't be a gimme. It's going to be a tough outing.
And then Saturday, you're right back at it, facing Hardin-Simmons to really open up the American Southwest Conference schedule. No easy task there. I mean, last year they were regular season champions with you guys, and then they fell out in the semifinals in the ASC tournament. But they're also 3-3 right now. You have 2 common opponents in Texas Lutheran and Schreiner. They played Schreiner twice and defeated them once, and they lost to Texas Lutheran. How do you prepare your team for this tough start like this, kicking it off right into the ASC play?
Well, like yesterday, we just had a good hard work day just trying to get better. We're not really concerned too much about our opponents. We're really trying to focus on ourselves and just making improvement day by day. Hardin-Simmons has had some issues. The thing that concerns me at this point is we're so far from midseason form, and some of the people we're playing have played like 2 games more than us, and 2 games is a big deal at the very beginning of the season. And Hardin-Simmons had an injury that slowed them up. Their coach missed the last 2 games. Those 2 games they lost, and so a lot of little things going on there that when they get, lined back out, they're going to be really good. And so we're just, no game is really more important than the other. It doesn't matter who you lose to in conference play. It all counts the same. So we're pretty much stress-free at the moment about anything except ourselves and trying to get better.
Well, Coach, thanks for talking to us today. If you don't have anything to do, come on out to O'Neilla's Gym on Thursday and Saturday afternoon. ETBU men's team has a 3-1 overall and coming home for the first time this year. Come on out. They had a great fan support last year, so we'd like to see everybody back out to support our Tigers. But we've been talking to head coach Bert West here on the ETBU Extra. We'll be back here after a break to talk to men's basketball player Eric Horton here on the ETBU Sportsnet.